Good evening and welcome to News 9. I'm Nolan Pinto. Now, Bengaluru is fast losing the tag of IT capital and is gaining that of the rape capital of the country. Here's another incident that has left the city shamed.
A girl of about 7 years of age who was in her aya's house at that point in time is alleged to have been raped by the aya's son, who is 28-year-old.
Even as Bengaluru is slowly coming to terms with the horrifying Vibgyor High rape, another shocker has hit the city. A 7-year-old has been allegedly raped by a school staff's 28-year-old son. The victim, a student of Shanti Dama school, was allegedly raped at the school staffer's house.
I'm right now standing outside the school where the accused mother, that's Lakshmama, that is Srinivas's mother. Now she works here as an ayah. Now this is the Shanti Dama school. Now this is an aided school. Now there are 3 branches. One is very close to the place where we are standing. Now the incident which occurred, now the accused mother, Srinivas's mother, works in this particular school. Akshita, this is an aided school as per the information that I've received just speaking to a few people here. Now the victim as well studies in the same school. She is in class 2 in this particular school. Now we spoke to the teacher, the Jagadamba was one of the teachers, who clarified that this incident by no means has occurred anywhere in and around the school or in school. She has clarified this to us. Now she has said that this school makes sure that all the kids after the school's over at about 3:30 or 4 o'clock, make sure that the teachers or the ayahs appointed drop them off. Now this particular lady, Lakshmama, is not in charge of the cleaning or taking care of the children here. She used to come here to school to actually serve food to the kids in the afternoon. So that was her role in school. Now the teachers claim that once the students are dropped off, they're made to cross the road because it's quite a busy street here. They're made to cross the road. Once they cross the road, then the parents or somebody in charge takes care of them.
School management has clarified that the incident didn't occur on the school premises or anywhere near the campus.
ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಸೇಫ್ ಆಗಿ 3 ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಬೆಲ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು 3:45 ವರೆಗೂ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹೋಗೋವರೆಗೂ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ರೋಡ್ ದಾಟಿಸಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಸರ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ಇದು ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ಗೂ ಸಹ ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳನ್ನ ನಾವೇ ನಿಂತು ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಇದು ಶಾಲೆನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ವಿಷಯನೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಇದು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳಿದಾರಂತೆ. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಏನೂ ಬಂದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಟಿವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ವಿಷಯ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
The incident is said to have occurred after school hours on the 27th of July. The victim went to the staffer's house after school, where she usually waits for her mother to pick her up. The accused committed the heinous crime when there was no one at home.
All senior officers, including me, we have visited the spot and spoken to the victim child. She is of 7 years of age and she is studying in 2nd standard. Her mother is working in a garment factory and she has appointed one ayah for taking her and dropping her at home. But normally the mother of the child, she comes around 4 o'clock. So for 1 hour she stays in aya's house. So that on that unfortunate day when she was at aya's place, the son of that ayah, he has committed this act. And we have immediately arrested that person and now we'll take him to police custody and interrogate him. So if there is any other offence, we'll see. And right now the case has been registered under 376 and POCSO Act section 3, 4 and 9.
Bengaluru cops have arrested the accused. Unlike Vibgyor, the school doesn't have a role to play in the incident, but it is indeed shameful that such incidents are on the rise in the IT capital of the country. Will the cops take action or botch up the case like they did in the case of Vibgyor? Deepak Bopana for News 9. Now, the Vibgyor rape incident has sent shockwaves not only across the state but across the country as well. But now that the real accused are behind bars, police have unearthed some sensational facts. This latest development certainly makes the crime all the more heinous. Here's a report.
Just yesterday, the arrest of the 2 main accused in the Vibgyor rape case has brought in a huge sigh of relief for the victims' parents and the society at large. But interrogation of Lalgiri and Wasim Pasha has brought out some shocking details. Along with their confession of the crime, emerged the astonishing motive behind the rape. We wanted to teach her a lesson. Yes, you heard that right. The accused in the rape case have gone on to claim that their motive for committing such a heinous crime was to teach the 6-year-old special needs child a lesson. But why would 2 gym instructors stoop to such lows? Well, here is the real story. She would spit at people. She would call people Yes, Wasim and Lalgiri have confessed that it is the victim's brash and don't care attitude in school that prompted them to take the shameful decision of raping her. As per the accused accounts, the girl was extremely naughty and wouldn't listen to anyone, including her teachers. She would even use abusive words at teachers and students and would walk out of classes if anyone questioned her behavior. Many children had also complained that the 6-year-old would poke them with pencils. When the child exhibited the same behavior to Wasim and Lalgiri, they were enraged. They decided to teach her a lesson. They decided to rape her. On the fateful day of July 2nd, Wasim and Lalgiri were taking gym class for the class to which the 6-year-old belonged. After an hour of class, the two instructors promptly escorted the students back to their classrooms, except for the victim. The victim was detained by Wasim and Lalgiri. They then raped her. The CCTV has even captured the two men escorting the child back to her class after committing the heinous crime. This footage is what tipped off the police about the real rapists. While no amount of reasoning can justify the shocking crime committed by the two men, one is forced to think, how did the 6-year-old learn such abusive words? Should the parents be blamed for putting their child in a situation where she offended such sick-minded men? With the deteriorating social fabric, are parents ignoring crucial issues like their child's behavior? And does such behavior from children put them at risk? Kiran for News9, Bengaluru.
In another rape shocker in the city, a government servant has been accused of exploiting a woman in return of work to be done at the government office. Now, the 40-year-old woman had to put up with numerous advances made by the lecherous man before she, along with many other victims, decided to trap him. In fact, another shocker in this city, a government servant has been accused of exploiting a woman in return of work to be done at the government office. The 40-year-old woman had to put up with numerous advances made by the lecherous man before she, along with many other victims, decided to trap him. In fact, we'll try and get more information about who this government servant is, where he works, and for how long this woman has had to actually bear these sort of advances. Now, numerous cases do take place, but only a few of them come to light because the victims at times are afraid to come out and speak about it or even file a complaint against their seniors. But in this particular case, the government employee Lakana, he used to trap women by promising them loans. In fact, it's stated that he is accused. The accused has molested and even tried to rape many people. Now, tired of his advances, the victims decided to trap him. Well, from on this, I'm joined by my colleague Nishchita. Nishchita, what more can you tell us about this case?
So this is quite a shocking incident that has come to light, Nolan. Now, here is one government employee. Ideally, what we have normally been told is that government work is God's work, but here is an employee who is blatantly misusing his power and position to actually molest and exploit women. Now, the man in question is Lakkana Nayaka, and he's accused of molesting many women, is what we understand. He would trap them by promising them jobs. He would tell them that he will give them numerous jobs, and he can also give them loans, and he would gain their confidence by immediately giving them money from his pocket if at all there are needy women who are approaching him because of his position. And then he would try to make advances at them. He would touch them inappropriately. He would suddenly land up at their doorstep. He would try to make moves at them against their wishes. And despite all the advances made, there was no action being initiated against him, and he would just continue with his business. But then the victims all came together. They decided to lay a trap for him. They had enough, and they decided that they will take action against this man, even if there are no government officials who will support them. They laid a trap for him. He walked right into it, and he was caught on camera trying to rape a 40-year-old woman. The Rajgopal Nagara police were called in, and he was arrested by the police. And now this man in question is in custody. And what is even more shocking shocking is the fact that Lakkana Nayaka has 2 wives, and he is known to be quite a lecherous man, and now he is in police custody, Nolan.
Now, Nishita, no one knows how many such cases are actually there. Now, in this case, the victims decided to trap him and file a complaint. But in many such cases, the victims just cover it up or basically decide not to tell anyone about it.
That's right. More often than not, such people are in such positions that they enjoy the power of committing such crimes and then escaping without really getting punished for the same. But in this particular case, the women have finally decided to take some sort of an action. The women have actually come forward and they laid out a trap to apprehend this man in question, and they have even managed to be successful in their attempt. They did the same old routine of a woman went to him, approached him for help, and when he realized that there was a vulnerable woman who was in desperate need of help, he arrived at her doorstep. He made moves at her. She was 40 years old. No, we're not talking about any youngster, any teenager in question, but a 40-year-old woman was being exploited by this man, and everything was caught on tape. And the Rajgopal Nagara police came in. He was beaten up and even handed over to the police.
Right, Nishita, thank you very much for all that. In fact, you heard what exactly happened over there. Now, the victims, unable to actually stand his advances, his lecherous advances for a very long time, they all got together and decided to trap him.